Hello! It is August 28th, and it's a Sunday. I have some things to update you on. I'm at Steven's house. I'm feeling pretty good. I felt like I had a really wonderful day today. I went to church, rode the motorcycle to church this morning up in New Bern, and then I rode around to the Bean, which is a coffee shop inside of Oriental, and then sat there for a couple hours, finished some of my business course for creatives, worked on that, talked with some of the locals because they're starting to get to know me, which is really fun. And then I rode back here. And so just getting out and riding the motorcycle is always so fun for me. And it was such a beautiful day. It was stinking hot, to be fair. It was very, very humid. It's been I think last I checked, it was 92% humidity, and this morning was 97% humidity. It's nice temperature. It's 81, but that humidity is cranking it up there for heat. So that was good. Connected with a girl at church, and she'll be coming over on Tuesday. Really excited about that. I have this candle here because I absolutely love this candle. And it makes me so happy whenever I smell it. It's the candle I would burn it. It says leather and embers. It's from Target. Oh, and look at that. Blew it out. Lovely. It's one of those wood, it crackles, and I just love it. Just really, really enjoy it. So that's that. Let's see. Yesterday I did both of the lawns, which is amazing. I'm really excited to see that my endurance continues to grow. And it was really crazy humidity yesterday too, so I was even surprised I was able to finish both of them. But I finished them in 3 hours, which is amazing. Normally it takes 2 hours per lawn, so I was very diligent, and everybody's really happy with my services, so really love that. If Steven and I end up staying out here, we're definitely doing that next year and gonna make some bank off of it, because that's some good money. Mowing a lawn, that's some pretty good money. Let's see what else. Then after I mowed the lawn, I came back, changed real quick, went over to Carolina Home and Gardens to their market, and I spent some time with a girl named Lauren from her business is called Breaking Sun, at one of her booths, and kind of just felt out the booth and the market, and it was so fun. She's so amazing. She's so inspiring, and I like her so much. And I bought some. There's another, I think it's Sound of the Sea, is another company that was there, and they make some different products like candles and lotions and hand soaps, and I got a sea spray, hairspray that's supposed to help kind of have that beachy feel to it, and so I got that to support her. With the Homeland Made, I've been starting a series of supporting other creatives and creators, and so I've been really excited about that, and building a community of creators, and just really continuing to love building out the business. I'm having so much fun with it. So since I last talked to you, I think I had mentioned I'm not at the coffee shop anymore, which I think is best. I value myself very much, and I've just continued to remind myself of that as I am moving on from it. I had my first day at the preschool to kind of start setting up the classroom last Wednesday, and then this upcoming week I'll be there Monday through Friday. I'm actually really excited about it. I'm much more excited about the preschool than I was about the coffee shop. Probably because I'm only working with one person, and I really like the person I'm working with. She seems super cool and down to earth, and teaching has been easy for me in the past. So and it's a way to be creative, to be fair, honestly. And since I have 7 years of preschool teaching in my past, I don't think it will be too difficult, and I'll have a co-teacher. So, and it's only half day. I couldn't have asked for any better of a situation. And starting off with Monday through Friday, and we'll see how that goes. And then it may kick up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then it will potentially go switch to like Monday through Friday. And I think that'll be good. I'll be fine with that. And then when Steven gets back, we'll be able to spend time together, like in the evenings and the afternoons and the weekends. And I love that so much to me. And then I can really be diligent and concentrate on my business and growing that out. So that's very exciting. That's the job stuff. And I officially counted up how many days I had worked at the coffee shop. It was only 7 days. So I'm glad that was identified as not a good fit early on. So no sweat off my back. So that's good. Let's see, wedding updates. We booked the photographer, which is a really big deal. We're going to be working with Jane in the Woods. We booked our flights. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Steven is having his like suit made out in Japan, which ends up being like a really good price compared to out here from everybody I've talked to. So it's a blessing in disguise that he's out there and able to get the suit made out there. I'm very excited about that. And then I've been starting to look at I've looked at a lot of places to stay, but nothing's really like jumping out at me. So we still need to get like where we're staying. We still need to get a car rental. I'm gonna get my dress altered. I did call the place on that. I think I'm gonna get it I'll put it on and go send it and have the person work on it starting in October. So I have the full month of September to keep on working out, and like whatever I have at the beginning of October is kind of what I'm going to go with. And I can still, get in more shape in October and November. I don't think I'm going to be growing that much because the only thing that needs to get altered is like the straps need to be made tighter, and then the bottom needs to be hemmed. Other than that, like if my muscles grow, my arms, I don't think it's going to matter. So that's that. And then, so just really, really excited about that little mini elopement. I'm so excited about that. That'll be really beautiful. Let's see. I had a friend over this last week, and I made her some tuna, and it was super good. It was like, not tuna, salmon. And it was delicious. It was like a baked teriyaki salmon. It was so stinking good. But I had a total breakdown because I hate fish skin. I have no problem going fishing, pulling the fish in, like whatever, holding it, everything like that. But there's something between the as soon as it's like officially dead and like taking and cutting it up and like processing it, the scales, there's something about it, like I just freak out. And I had a moment because it had the skin, but there was one piece that was like flopped over. It was like flat, but then like underneath, actually it was like this, but then underneath it was like flopped over. And when I pulled that piece open, there's a bunch of scales under here. And I just panicked. I was panicking, and it took me about an hour to get the skin off because it was so awful. It was awful. No. So not a fan of doing that. Let's see. I did watch I went back and watched like day one of this process, and I think I've come really far. I'm really thankful to see like the growth that I've had in my life and the confidence I've built up, and kind of like getting myself out there for the Stroller Warriors, which is like the workout that's like every Tuesday and Friday. I won't be able to do the Friday ones now that school is starting, but I'm going to start leading some of the workouts on the Tuesday, which I'm really excited about. I was like wanting to jump into it right away, but I was like, no, I need to like get the hang of it and be there and get to know the people a little bit before I like officially jump in and commit. And now I feel like I've been going for pretty regularly now, a couple months, so I feel like I can do the Tuesday now, which is excellent. I think that'll be really good for me. And continuing to work out. I had a slump week last week, but I'm feeling good. It'll be interesting to have to switch back into like the working at the preschool and then trying to figure out like my schedule. So that's going to be a transition time, I think, but Feeling good. I'm so slightly gaining weight. I'm trying so hard. It's hard. It's been really hard. So, but it's good. I'm so slightly going up. So that's awesome. And then I think a lot of like my mindset of not just believing in myself, but just really concentrating on what's important. Treating myself with value. Not being one to tell other people's stories. I think I have kind of shared about that, and that's something that I can kind of credit, I think, towards the Steven's ex, because I do think it's important for me not to tell her story. I can share my story and my experience with whatever her side is. But when it comes to her story, I think I have to be careful. Like, that's not for me to tell. And same thing with people in the neighborhood. Military life is very much like, oh, gossip about, so-and-so neighbor to another neighbor. Like, no, that's not my story to tell. That's somebody else's story to tell. So that's been good. Having boundaries, valuing just like my time. My time is super important. And so, I don't know. Honestly, I feel really, really blessed to have had this deployment in the middle of like right before Steve and I are going to be getting engaged. I am honestly really thankful. Really, really thankful for the growth that is coming, that has happened over these, like, I guess, let's see, May, June, July, August. So it's been, a little over 3 months now. And I'm really thankful. Really thankful for the growth. I still have my moments of getting frustrated, whatever. I think the last thing I was just going to share, two things. One is the boys' birthday are in, I'm going to move you around a bit because I have things to show you. But the boys' birthdays are in September, and the oldest one is birthday is first. So I had everybody in the family write like a specific birthday card, like individual birthday cards, so that we can all send them together, and they'll have like a bunch of birthday cards to open up from the family. And so I'm really excited about that. And then I made this is the card that I made for him. It's called an infinity card, and it just keeps opening and opening and opening. And so, like, I think that's pretty cool, right? So I still have to write on it, but this is the construction that I've made of it so far. And then I individually cut out some confetti to put into their cards. And so I color coordinated them because they typically will have like a red chair or like a blue chair. So they're like little party hats and like little banners that say like happy on them. So this is like the blue green theme. And this is like the red theme. So that was cute. I wanted to say all of the plants are doing really, really good. This one is the newest one that I bought, and I guess I'm kind of in the light, but this one's doing so good. It's like totally flourishing and happy. All the plants in here are just blowing up. Like, this one's doing fantastic. And then I bought a fiddle leaf fig, which needs some love, but because I've seen myself be able to bring back other plants pretty easily, I am now working on this one. He looks a little sad, but I think I shouldn't have a problem with bringing him back. So that is it. Sorry to wiggle you around a little bit, but sorry this is a little longer too, like always, but that's it for now.